Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I'm going to work on a Christmas page for my daughter's album. I've got these Vicki Boutin from Wrapped in Ribbons, some letters. This is a picture, so it's a Christmas themed page, but it wasn't actually at Christmas, it was after Christmas. We went to Las Vegas. This is my daughter and her one of her best friends, Haley. She lives in Vegas, so we went to visit, and this is in Bellagio. So I thought I would do a little, maybe a Together Again will be the title. I don't know. I have the Vicki Boutin Wrapped in Ribbons foam stickers. This were all in a Mercy Tiara kit. Some custom sprinkles from Mercy Tiara kit. I'm very sad that Mercy Tiara is no longer a subscription. I have this Celebrate, which I thought was cute. I may color that. I have the photo. I'm going to trim that up a bit. I have some tags from Wrapped in Ribbons. I have a whole bunch of scraps that coordinate. I have this paper with circles. I have some more cut aparts. I have this cardinal, which I like. This is from Santa's Village, but it was in the same Mercy Tiara kit. And then this is going to be my background paper. So my basic plan is to do this. I think maybe do the photo here with some layers, and then sprinkle some of these circles around, cut out obviously, and maybe add one more cut apart or tag. I could do a cut apart or a tag. I like this tag maybe, and I'll figure out a cut apart when I get there. Maybe, oh, what fun. Yeah, I think maybe, I don't know. We'll see. So I am going to trim this up and then do some fussy cutting of these. But let's start by getting this trimmed up and matted. And the rest of the video is going to be sped up. Actually, this page came together pretty fast. I have decided that my photo printer is printing a little crooked. I think my paper may be feeding in a little crooked. I need to double check that. This is about the third page from this set of pages where I felt like the margins were weird. So I'm going to build, it takes me a little while, watch me fuss around. I'm going to build a little stack of papers. Somehow it's really hard to get me to make this look like a natural pile or natural stack of papers. Chamel does it with ease. I just can't seem to. So I am inking each page, and off camera, when I'm fussy cutting those circles, I'm going to punch a circle out of this plaid paper that will be hidden underneath, so you will know. But I wanted another piece of this paper on the page, and I ended up not using the tags. So I come back to this a couple of times to get my stack correct. So you can see I'm just fussing. If you aren't as fussy as me, just throw them down and don't worry about it. But I'm trying to alternate directions, make sure some of the red shows because it's exactly the same size as the green plaid one, but I really didn't want to cut down the green plaid one, blah, blah, blah. Me being too fussy. All right, so a miracle has occurred, and I have fussy cut all of these circles and inked them. Now I'm going to just spread them around the page. I really only used about a quarter of the page with all the circles on it. So I was glad I didn't have to use them all up because they're so cute, and they'll be cute on another page, I'm sure. Maybe in the Christmas album. I used to do, well, I do Christmas albums, and in those albums I would do her Christmas portrait, her letter to Santa, pictures from Christmas Eve, picture of the Christmas dinner. I don't know if I will actually get back to that, to complete that, but I think it's fun to have an album of just Christmases through the years rather than having to go into a full annual album. And then I put other pictures or other Christmas events in the regular album. So comment below if you guys do a special Christmas album, or like Chamel's Journal My Christmas. A lot of people do that. And then I have a dance album for my daughter, and then this is for her college album. It will be more than one album, but her freshman year in college. So I had one for her senior year in high school. That will probably go through the summer, and it will be at least probably two albums full. And then I'm putting all the stuff from the fall and her college stuff in here. So here I'm really struggling with what to call this. Do I say Together Again? And then I say New Year, Old Friends. And I decide that might work. So, got to see my hemming and hawing. Now, if I were Chamel, I would have used two different fonts for this. And I ended up using the same font. I'm fine with it. But I really do like when Chamel uses multiple different fonts. I haven't been able to force myself to do that very often yet, so maybe that's a challenge to me for this year. I do love these Vicki Boutin letters. They are different sizes, black letters with gold dots in them. Very handy. They were with this Christmas collection, but they're not just for Christmas. They really aren't. I've used them on lots of different pages. They're really fun. So after I do this, I'm going to end up moving things up. I probably should have, had I known this was what I was doing for the title, I probably would have moved things up a bit more. And when I realize that is when I start to try and add other things. So now I'm not liking that black star circle there, and it doesn't come off perfectly. This one comes off a little better. So I'm going to add a little color behind that and then I have this fun best times are when we're together. So I wanted to add that, but it's too close to the bottom, too crunchy down there. So let's move everything up. Thank goodness for repositionable. I say that often when I'm scrapbooking. This is not going to come up as easily, but that's okay. I don't really need it to. So you can see I just move it up about 1/4 of an inch, maybe less than 1/2 inch, I think. I'm just going to scooch everything up just a little bit to give me a little breathing room for that piece of that foam sticker. And that it just fits better. It tucks in there. It looks great. And then I'm going to add a few other items. I'm going to add the stars, I think. Oh, and I have this one that says holiday activities. I think visiting the gardens at Bellagio is definitely a holiday activity. So pulling those little gold foam stickers off, and if she wants to journal, there is grid space there to the right of the photo where she can journal about our trip. I do decide I'm going to go ahead and get this cardinal on there. And now it's sequin time. So I'm going to randomly sprinkle some sequins in those little 3 areas to make a little bit of triangle. I'm not going to make you watch me glue them down. So I think we're good with that. I do try and make sure that I've got a few of each color in each cluster of them. So it's a little bit of a fussy process, not quite random, but close. Alrighty, I apologize. I've got some laundry going in the background, so you might hear a little bit of background noise. So I'm not going to make you watch me glue these down, as I said. So now they're all glued down, and let's do... Oh, and I also did some gold spritz, which I also didn't bother to film, but let's do some close-ups. I think it's pretty cute. Please give this video a thumbs up and come on back to my space to craft.